the recording. So don't, when you say, am I going to get this? The answer is already yes. We're going to go over a couple things to get started. First of all, we're going to go over some upgrades. Then we're going to go over our playbook. Our playbook consists of what we call our VIP conversion model. You're going to get actual thought track, scripting, timelines, and what people do. Okay. For those of you that come to the best practice sessions, you've already gotten some of this. Remember, those sessions happen every week to 10 days as well. We can put those in the chat if we want to make sure we know when you can come to those. It's important to do that. How many of you saw the article, which we'll be sending out to you if you haven't yet, about how we had more foreclosures in February than any month in the last 11 years? Who saw that? Yeah, it's happening now. Here's the thing. Remember, the banks and financial institutions do not want these properties back. They don't have loss mitt departments. They're not looking to do it. They don't want the headline risk of it. So just know your role in engaging people in distress is going to become more and more important over time, because now we're seeing white collar jobs that are having a harder time maintaining. Okay. And as those jobs lose, those folks also now come under distress, credit card and car payment and student debt first, and then property second. The good news is, keep in mind, we've never had more equity than we've ever had in our country's history than we do right now. So upgraded wise, we have upgraded the product to now include 3 phone numbers. The first one is the most, I'll send the article out separately, Caesar, thank you. The first one is the most likely number to have it. Second one was the next most likely. Third one was the third most likely. So if you're calling, call in order of the numbers we send out. We run all of them through the DNC list for you. So you will see, if you see one that's in there, yes or no, you'll know. Important fact, more and more people are now wanting to be on the do not call list. The good news is, very few people then say, oh, I'm just not going to contact them. That's a mistake. And we're going to go through today our VIP meta playbook, how you can contact people through social media at a discounted, significantly discounted rate, how you can contact people through our postcard program at a discounted rate, how you can talk to people who are in distress, who have a number that makes sense in terms of their property value and equity, and instead of not contacting them, being involved with them matters. All right. Jocelyn, you ready? We'll go ahead and take them through. We're going to walk through now our VIP playbook. You will all get this at the end of the call. This will come with you in the link that we'll send out that summarizes the call. But we have upgraded. Secondly, to the upgrades, before we get into the product, go ahead and post that, Joss. Before we get into the product or the upgrade piece, sorry, are you hearing echoing? If you're hearing echoing, nothing I can do about it because this is the room I'm in. So I'll try to talk clearly, but I think this is what we got. Second piece is, and this will matter, you'll see it next month in beta, you're going to have cash offers included on your CSV file. Let me reiterate that. You're going to literally start to see a column where our investor network will put a cash offer range of what that property will be bought for. So you will literally get an offer at inception in 90% of our markets. Please make sure you put your phone on mute if you have just joined the call. And Kobe, there you go. Make sure if they're talking, you put them on mute. Good. So you're going to have your DNC list, which we've already upgraded starting next month. You're going to actually be seeing cash offers from investors who have already made offers to the properties being sent to you. So now you're calling. If you already have your own cash offer system, keep that. If you already have your own investment program, keep that. If you don't, that offer number that will say yes and the range in price, the price range is so that you can go put your eyes on it. So for example, they say 430 to 465. That means they want you to go out and look at it. And if there's cars parked on the lawn and the roof is shaggy and the air conditioner is not working, well, that's a different number. If those things have looked at and it makes sense, you can take your pictures and it's the higher end of that offer, okay? But they do want you to put your eyes on it. All right, now, Now we're going to go through our VIP conversion booklet. We've done this, again, over 12 months with the top converting teams that have all generated over 100 closings in the program. So if you didn't generate 100 closings, we didn't take your best practice. If you did, these are the things that we use. Number one, I want you to think about the thought tracks. We get too many questions about what's the script? What should I say? How should I say it? You have to say things that make sense to you. But I want to make sure we acknowledge a couple of things. Number one, when you're calling somebody, you have to call them with something of value. So we say acknowledge the fact, congrats, you have equity. Congratulations, I actually have a buyer for your property. Would you be willing to look at an offer if I brought it to you? But you're calling them to congratulate them because they do have a choice today. They have equity and an opportunity. That's something we did not have previously. Okay? So we like to acknowledge that. If you can't call them and say, looks like you're not paying your credit cards and you missed your car payment this week, that's not the reality. Secondly, you've got to add value pretty quickly. Once they're congratulated and then they're, okay, great, what's this call about? The fact that you have an offer is an immediate value add opportunity. The fact that you congratulate their equity and have an offer. They don't care about your experience yet. They don't care about your knowledge yet. They don't care about how long you've been in real estate and your GRI, CRS. No one cares yet. They care, why are you calling me and what's in it for me? What's in it for you is a cash offer on your property. Good news about cash offers is they close 10 to 14 days, period. Now, the third one is now you're into the rapport space. Listen, I realize your property is not listed. I have a buyer that I promised I would make calls because your network, your neighborhood is desirable for, and whatever those reasons are, for the school districts of the elementary and middle school, for the hiking trails that's nearby, for the access to freeways that you've got in terms of time frame, for the golf course community you live in, whatever the why is in the area you've chosen. 4, now you have to demonstrate some knowledge. Our number one closing entity in Atlanta, who we love, we were just there last week doing a mastermind with him. This kid's been in the business a total of 9 months. He has 6 listings last month from the program. And he says, I always deliver 2 nuggets when I get someone on the phone. I said, tell me what that is. Because they never ask him, he's all of 23 years old. They never ask him how long he's been in the business or what's your experience. He goes, oh, by the way, in your neck of the woods right now, we've got a price per square foot closing in the last 12 months at $219 a square foot. However, in the last 60 days, that's jumped to $227 a square foot. So it's becoming more and more of a seller's market. I wanted to make sure you knew that. Secondly, my days on market, he knows that. Thirdly, my home equity over the last 3 years has gone this. He has his little, what he calls go-to nugget stats that tell that consumer, I'm knowledgeable, I know this area, I know this business. Nothing's worse when someone calls, and I'm one of those guys because I'm in sales, I'll keep on the phone for 10 minutes. Oh, really? What's the price per square foot in my area? Do you know what community I live in? Really? What's the average days on market? How long does it stay here? I love, because when you get to, well, I'm not sure, I don't know, you say, great. You just stole minutes from me. Don't call me again because it's a waste of your time and mine. When you have those things, now knowledge starts to matter. And then lastly, what's your call to action? Hey, listen, what I'm going to do is deliver a cash offer to you. I'll do it hard copy in the next 24 hours. I need to ask for, may I contact you in 48 hours? My buyer's going to identify 2 things. I'll come by and see your house 15 minutes. I'll have those 2 things ready to go by the time I come see it. You have to have a what's next. Even if it's just, I'm going to drop off information. I'm going to stay in touch. I'm going to send you a postcard. Our top converters always tell people what's going to happen. Because remember, you're trying to build rapport and trust in a place you haven't gotten to know them yet. The only way that works is if you follow up with some level of consistency. And you're going to see later in the VIP conversion handbook we're giving you how our top teams ask our agents to do one thing and the team in the system does another. All right, and we gave you some examples of thought tracks and lines. Now below, we gave you an actual email drip campaign. This is one of our top teams. We're using Follow Up Boss. We show you exactly what they're sending, how they're sending it, what it looks like. Feel free to make it your own or feel free to use it. Amber's fantastic. She leads with empathy. She's been doing this a long time with us, and she's one of the top teams in the country. And she does it this way, and she let us share this with you. So we put it right in there. You can do it your way if you want to. It's totally up to you. Okay? Now we get into the meta agent playbook. Those of you that have been to our best practice calls, we've shared this with you. You've had Jocelyn share this with you. This is how you create custom groups, how you go out and how you communicate with them. A couple things to keep in mind, okay? Things like as you go through this, how you build it, you can be on the do not call list, you can be on the don't ever talk to me list, but you can still market to them through a custom group on Facebook. The nice thing is we have some nuggets in here, so people miss this. You have to have a minimum of $10 a day of ability to advertise. The $10 a day, if you don't put that in, Facebook doesn't give it any priority. It does not mean they're going to spend $10 every day. But if they don't see up to, might spend $3 one day, $2 another, $7 another. But if you're not willing to do that, you're not going to get any real engagement. This is something we've learned over years of doing Facebook ads. This piece matters. So it's got to be the $10 a day. Okay. And we talk a little bit here about hooks and what things have to be said to get done. Also, as soon as you put in seller as a request, Facebook wants to charge a little more because they know how important sellers are to our agents. So just know that now that jumps up a little bit in terms of daily spend, which is okay because getting a listing, we'd all do it. If I said you could buy a listing for $45, you guys would say, how many can I buy? And you'd buy hundreds of them. So nice thing is this does work. Go back up just for a second. The open house piece, people have asked us, hey, if I want to do something else as a follow-up piece, I have an open house in that area. Hopefully you pick zip codes that you know well, that you're already working, so that as you get open houses, you can be contacting these folks again and again, reminding them, hey, I sold another property. Hey, I listed another property. Hey, I've got another property coming on. You keep reminding them you're the expert in that field of places that you're already marketing to. Okay? All right. Go ahead, Justin, keep going. Now, what to track. Okay? And this piece becomes more and more important over time. Video, without question, on our Facebook ads get the best result. Let me say it again. Video over words and even pictures get the best response. So don't be afraid if you are seeing traction in an area about doing a video. I've helped another one of my sellers realize over $108,000 in equity in inside 30 days, and we got 102% of list price. These are things that make the customer inquisitive. Notice I didn't give them the price. I gave them the fact that we got above asking at 102% of our list price. I let them know what happened within 4 business days. Let them know they over 108,000 equity was generated to my seller. Sellers care about net, time, and that's where percentage comes in, because now I want to inquire how much was that? How did that happen? So if you're nurturing in the Facebook ads, which we're going to advise you do, video seems to be, without question, the best result for our agents. And they'll track you by second, by click through. We've got some compliance notes in there, which is always important. Then we gave you an example of our follow-up from one of our elite teams. I love how this team does it. They say, hey, Steve, I've got the company stuff that I'm going to do in the CRM. Then I have what I ask my agents to do. Now, if you're a single agent or you're someone grinding yourself, congrats, you get to be a player coach. You get to do both. But in this case, the company, we'll go through the agent piece first. The agent is going to call and text once a day to every number 5 times in the first 9 days. So on day 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, that agent calls and texts each number 1 time. Now that's 5 times in 9 days. That's why this team has the conversion rate that it does. Then that company puts it in Follow Up Boss, puts Fellow over the top. You've heard us talk about this on multiple calls. Fellow is the AI that tracks how many times that happens. And any DVD lead that has an activity score of 57 or more, they know that lead's going to close or go into contract in 90 days. That's their own math from their own CRM, being in our program almost 19 months. So if you're using Follow Up Boss, do you know what those scores are? Do you know what it looks like? Do you know how that looks in your CRM? Do you have them categorized that way as a DVD? Do you have your agents calling and texting once a day with each lead 5 times in 9 days? And then the company sends out their own drip campaign, their own newsletter. They do an automated video explaining how seller equity is one of the most underutilized tools in America for paying off debt, for creating a little bit of freedom, for going ahead and giving yourself a fresh start now. And the fact that people can now have that over under with rates sniffing into the fives, now that over under of having a 3.5% rate and a 5% rate aren't that different. And that's continuing to get better, regardless of the war. We also have our postcard program. We literally have created postcards already pre-written, done for you. You can click the link below that you see right there, and you can order postcards. This is the only thing you get charged for if you're on scholarship. So you can go ahead and send these yourself. You can automate it, click a button, have them go out every time you get a new batch, and start your sequence of postcards. So if you're on the DNC list, or if it's a tough area to door knock and you don't want to do that, you want to send direct mail. By the way, direct mail last month, our partner Corfex sent over 2.75 million postcards for real estate in 1 month. Our best groups utilize direct mail, especially as people have moved away from it. The smart ones have moved back into it. If you can see, all similar messages. Would you like a free, confidential, and no obligation home profit report? I have buyers for you. I've got an offer for you. These are all calls to action that make sense. Okay. Our cash offer resources. I will argue we have the largest cash offer partnerships in America. We'll tell you something exciting that's happening towards the end of this call. You've got Opendoor. You've got Listing Lead to Close. You've got Easy Street Offers. All of them over 1,500 accredited cash offer partners. The consumer has already told us, because over 250,000 a week go to Opendoor for a cash offer. Now, very few of them get accepted, but at the same time, that happens every single week. Easy Street is an amalgamation of investors. You've got over 1,200 there that can actually make an offer anywhere. And they're now coming to us, and we have gamified our 9,000 agents. They asked us for 2 agents last week in a marketplace that they can send deals to where their investors bought property and they want an agent to represent them. So listen to what I just said. A number of you are going to start getting what I call Rev Firm listing at-bats from investors who have said, hey, I'd like to be able to do this. Okay? So we've given you a little bit of data on all of these. If you go to our Rev Firm website, you can go ahead. Kobe put in the link. Oh, there it is there, our Rev Firm website. You can go ahead and click there. We've got all of that, which you can sign up for. There's no cost for anybody from Rev Firm to be in the program for a period of time. So you get a free update and a free opportunity right away. Not having a cash offer strategy in today's market is like not being able to do an equity report. Nobody wants a CMA anymore. They want to know what's my net and how long do I get it before I transact. That's what they want. We went ahead and created our email thought tracks here that you can send out for value proposition and how you do it. That's already bundled into the program for you. This playbook gives you a comprehensive practice on how to convert not just DVD and refi ready leads, but any lead. And the truth is, a couple words to keep in mind: patient, consistent, and then understand that leads are about time. There's no fast way to make a lot of money in real estate. If it is, it's not legal. You don't pay a referral fee. You don't pay a success fee. These are exclusive to you for 1 year. You get 1 year where no one else has these leads but you. So at the end of the day, if you're going to pipeline 400 or 500 of these in a year, you're going to transact at a minimum with 5 to 7 if you're not very good at it. Most of our people transact at 18 to 25. People have been doing it for 2 years are now getting multiple listings a month. It's just a matter of continuing to pipeline your consumers. And as rates go down, people get more aggressive about wanting to get their equity out because they're willing to take a little bit higher payment to get their 100, 150, 200,000 dollars in equity out. Now, we do have a little bit of time for questions. Kobe, Giles, anything I forgot that you want to add? Anything in the chat you think we need to address? No there. Kobe, anything you thought we missed?
Nope.
Good. Okay. What questions can I answer for anybody here in our last 3 to 5 minutes before I let you go back and make money? Remember, yes, you're going to get this video. Yes, you're going to get the playbook sent to you directly. All we ask you to do, like a gym membership, is open it up and spend a little time on it. Dennis asked a good question. What's the Rev Firm link you pulled up? Jocelyn will put that in the chat for you, Dennis. No problem. What else?
I have a
Other
question.
question? Yes, ma'am. Shoot.
When the lead initially comes in, how does it come in? Is it just
Okay.
research that you're doing, or are they filling something out, or how is it actually coming in?
Great question. Remember, these people, this is not a Zillow lead. This is not a homes, nobody registered for anything. These are consumers in the zip codes that you requested to be in that are in a level of distress. We then run that through our data engine to verify that the loan, the home, the deed matches a human being. So we can verify. That's where the verified comes in for DVD. Then we run it through our AI engine. We say, hey, are they searching somewhere? Are they looking for something? Are they having activity that tells us there's an intent level? And then we rate their intent level and distress level 1, 2, or 3, 1 being the highest, 2 medium, 3 low. So no, you're right. They did not register. They did not wake up that morning and go, oh, I hope I get a phone call from a realtor today. That did not happen, right? They're waking up like, I got to figure something out here because I've got bills mounting. They may have gone on LinkedIn and changed their profile, which we track, that tells us they changed jobs. They may have booked a divorce attorney appointment in their Google Calendar, which is trackable. There's lots of stuff you can track now, but no, they did not register. So you're coming at them from it. Hey, I have a buyer that has asked me to make an offer on a home. I know you're not listed, but we love the property, love the area, love the school, love the whatever. May I share an offer with you that would be a 10-day close and a net to you of $48,000 or whatever the net is. That's how we advise conversations.
Okay,
Make
thank
sense?
you. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. What else?
I have a question.
Shoot.
You mentioned the refi ready. Can you explain that, please?
Sure. So our number of our lending partners that are in our program, they have said, hey, I love this DVD for realtors. I want to do what I call refi ready leads for me as a lender. So we've gone out and created a 44 line. We got like 30 or 5 or so in the DVDs, 44 for refi ready of consumers who we know their loan amount, loan to value, what the property is worth, how long they've been in it. We know if they have a second or not. We know what their credit score is. We know what their equity is. So if you're a lender, we give a refi ready list like you do a DVD list for our agents. Are you a lender, Cassandra?
Actually, I am as well. So,
Yeah.
When you said DVD and refi ready, it just kind of, I'm like, what is that? Or I didn't know if we were supposed to be communicating the same message to the same,
Very good question.
Audience.
The refi ready is more for you these are pretty much HELOC folks, right? Having a little bit higher rate. They have equity. They don't mind. By the way, what we're finding, you guys, so you know, people will sometimes increase their mortgage $500, $600, $700 a month by taking a higher rate if they can pull up their equity and pay off their debt because their overall monthly net goes down. So if you have a lender you'd like to help, we're happy to look at putting them in the refi program. We do want them to be somebody like you guys who's professional, focused, and does this every day. Any other questions I can answer before I let you go back to making money?
Steve, my name is Karen, and I am a lender. And I was very interested in the product that was introduced to me by my title rep. And what I'm going to be doing is reaching out to these guys because I understand that the report that I'll be getting next month will show if they have any behind payments on their mortgage. And if they don't, then I'm going to try to get a refi. And if they don't qualify, then I'm going to introduce them to an agent that can help them sell their home. So that's how I'm going to be using your platform.
I love it. A lot of people do that, Karen. They're giving them what we call options, right? They can do both. And remember, the nice thing about our program is I'm getting them to you before they're going to miss the mortgage payment. Because if you miss 3 credit card payments and your first car payment, and you change your LinkedIn profile from BP Bank of America to entrepreneur, which means you got fired, you know what's coming. And that's where our lenders and realtors can get in early and help them in the ninth inning. So yes, we love it when our lender and our realtor work together and share, because you know why? We help more consumers. This whole thing's about helping the consumer navigate out. If you guys are in places like Phoenix, Vegas, Florida, Texas, you're already seeing these billboards of lawyers saying, oh, let us help you with foreclosure. Let us help you with bankruptcy. Let's help you. Most of our consumers that are in trouble have equity. They can get out at some level. You guys are the best group to help them realize how to invest their equity to get themselves back to par, start renting for a year and start back over instead of taking a 7-year short sale or a 7-year bankruptcy and being in trouble. Make sense? Okay. All right. We'll make sure that, oh yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Hey Steve, this is Broderick. I'm here in Houston, Texas. I appreciate this. This was really good. I'm also an investor myself as well as an agent, so this will work great. So my question is, I signed up 2 weeks ago, and this is my first call. What are my next steps?
You're probably 2 weeks out from getting your lead list, right? So all I would say is make sure, what's your follow-up system you use, Broderick? Follow-up Boss or KV Core?
Yes, I'm using Follow Up Boss at the moment.
I love it. It's the best one out there, I think, the most integrated. Our system's already built to roll right into that. So just be ready. You'll have your leads in 2 weeks. When you get them, make sure you upload them. I would think about your custom Facebook group. And as an investor, you have a really unique way to help them. You're giving them 2 options. We can go an investor offer, which don't marry yourself to that, because you also can say, and I can show you a traditional. If you want to trade me time, I can get you the traditional, more dollars, but that's going to take 60, 90 days. I can get you an investor offer with certainty. At, it's a little less dollars, but it's 10 to 14 days. So just know when you go there, your 2 options already make that consumer feel safer. The more options you give them, the more conversations you'll get in. So you should have your leads in 2 weeks. If any problems you don't, text us, email us, we'll get right back to you. But we're pretty set on that.
And they're going to come by email. Is that correct?
They're going to come by email in a CSV file. That list of 50-ish that'll come, and it'll have it all listed there. It'll upload once into your criteria, and then that's it. Anybody that ever waits longer than 4 weeks from the time you signed up, 90% of you that text us and say, oh, I signed up weeks ago. No, you didn't. We'll go pull up your form. It's 4 weeks out. So if you're earlier than 4 weeks, you're still waiting. Once you're 4 weeks past, if we're 1 day late, call us. We're not late on leads. It's not something we are. Yes, question. Lori, go ahead.
Question? Yes. On representation, I'm in the middle of Texas. So who am I representing if I'm going after someone on the list and saying I have a cash offer from a buyer? I would have an intermediary issue here. Who am I representing? The cash offer, or I'm going to this person asking them to sell their house to my buyer?
Your buyer would be the cash offer that you signed up for. And one of the 3 sources we named, is it Open Door? Is it one of our investors on Easy Street Offers? Is it one of our investors for List to Sell? Which one? You have to just register yourself there. There's no cost to that. And then as you submit properties, or in this case, I'm submitting properties, you're going to have offers next to it. It will tell you who the investor buyer is. So you would be correct representing that buyer to that seller.
So they would be signing a buyer representation agreement?
Your commission's already built in with all 3 of those entities. So once that buyer says, yeah, remember, you have to go verify the property. And then once you do, and you go back and you go, yep, I verified it. I agree on this amount. Then you will sign your buyer broker with them, Easy Street, Open Door, or List to Sell. And then you'll go present it. So yes. Now, if you have your own investor group, do it with that. We provided this because a lot of our agents didn't have access to that kind of capital. We did, so we provided this for you. Use any buyer investor you want to. We just like this because it covers all the ground. All right. Any questions? Remember, you have a best practice call you can attend. You also have on all of those groups, Open Door, Easy Street Offers, List to Sell. You've also got online training. You can take it. Takes you 3 to 7 minutes to go through the entire process. They've got a help desk there. It's live 24/7 with a bot. We also have our bot, Revy, which was given all this data to, and he can answer any question that you want on our website regarding these things. I appreciate everybody. Go make money. Congratulations. We're conscious of your time. Here's our 12:30 call. We're finished now. Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.